Jiffy's Live Wednesday edition of the show today. Music vibes on the show. Days ago, I was sharing with you guys going through the result of the Super Eagles of Nigeria and how they've dropped valuable points on the road to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Of course, the qualifiers have wrapped up yesterday, and of course, how we hoping that they'll be making a difference in the matches that will be played. That was the one that was played last week, Friday, and also the one that we saw go down yesterday. Talk about the games against Zimbabwe and Rwanda, dropping valuable points in those amazing encounters where we should have been able to garner the maximum point. And I also mentioned about my niece who asked me the question yesterday why are the Super Eagles being called Super Eagles because of the latest run of results. Some people will say that a particular Group C is like a draw group, but then honestly, I had no response before yesterday. But after the game yesterday, I could say a whole lot of things about the Super Eagles of Nigeria because that was more like a perfect response to the young lady right there, putting four past the Benin counterpart in the game yesterday. First time since that should be around 2023. Yes, I can remember very well. We defeated Sao Tome and Principe 6-0 in that particular game, and that was the last time that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have scored 4 goals in a match. Now, yesterday, they delivered when it definitely mattered most. They did not win the group, but the journey to the World Cup 2026 has now started from last night because we have not qualified automatically, but we're going through the scenic route of the continental playoff to the intercontinental playoff. The match will definitely be kicking off from November this year till March 2026. Hopefully, we'll be punching the ticket as things go by. Against all odds, and they were hoping that I'll be getting to the Mondial. Reassurance from the boys yesterday showing the stuff of fighters just the way we would want it. Other teams have also been able to cement their place on also punching tickets to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Talk about South Africa, who are also going to the World Cup since 2010. That was the last time they hosted the World Cup, and that was the last time they had the feel of the World Cup. An amazing one from the Bafana yesterday. Other nations across Europe have also punched their ticket. Our likes of Three Lions also getting their ticket right there to the World Cup. Talking about Ronaldo on the show today, having a show of champion in their game yesterday, though he netted 2 goals, but it was not enough for them to go through to the World Cup. Dominic Szoboszlai put a spoiler to the party that Ronaldo would have loved to have yesterday night. I talk about Ronaldo's setting record. There's also another record that was also set by Lionel Messi earlier this morning, right there in Comebol. Sports in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget that we serve this package Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10 on your number one all-round lifestyle station, where we get to tip total of the major stories currently making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport bits and pieces this morning. And a short reminder that we'll be back here later this evening between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Up Show, where we'll be doing 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of read, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews. Whether you're a sports person, someone who loves the thrill of the game, or maybe an athlete, this is the best place for you to be. The early bed has gone around the world to catch this course, and I'll be more than willing to serve them to you just the way you like it. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel at iImpact 102.1 FM. Ayo Deji Ajiboye is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on the show this morning. I will start with us coming through from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria after the heroic performance, the 4-star performance that they put up yesterday evening against the Squirrels of Benin Republic. It is now being set that Nigeria will be playing against Gabon in the semi-finals of the African section of the 2026 FIFA World Cup playoffs following the conclusion of the qualifying group matches yesterday. The Super Eagles broke the place after that 4-0 victory over Benin earlier, while Gabon confirmed second place in Group F with a 2-0 win over Burundi and Ivory Coast stomping of Kenya to win the group. Democratic Republic of Congo also sealed their qualification with a narrow 1-0 win over Sudan to finish runners-up in Group B behind Senegal, with Cameroon joining them after placing second in Group D behind Cape Verde. The playoffs, which will feature the four 4 best runners-up from the 9 African qualifying groups are scheduled to take place in Morocco from November 13 to 16. And Nigeria is now expected to remain the highest-ranked African side among the 4 when releases its updated rankings in October 2023. Why will now be facing the lowest-ranked team among the 4, which is going to be Gabon, and Cameroon will be up against Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. Will also be contesting for the other semi-finals. Both semi-finals will be played on November 13, with the winners meeting 3 days later in a single leg final. And after that, if you're definitely able to make it through, we'll be on our way to United States of America come March 2026 for the Intercontinental playoff, where we'll also be looking forward to have also punch our tickets for the expanded 48-team World Cup right there. 2 teams will qualify from the Intercontinental playoff, and hopefully Nigeria will be one of the 2 countries to make it through out of that. Tiptoeing through the stories this morning, 72 in bits and in pieces, but the word on the streets now is the fact that the World Cup ticket is now in the hands of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I will not go without talking about the man who definitely put up an amazing performance yesterday. 41 goals contribution in 43 games for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is the tale of Victor James Osimhen, the one they call the Ijaya Olusosun. Of course, recording that resounding 4-0 win yesterday. But Victor Osimhen being the star man of the night, wearing and making sure that he's putting the whole country on his shoulders, delivering when it does matters most. The former Napoli striker is just 8 goals shy of Rashidi Yekini's legendary record of 37 goals in 62 appearances for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and one record has been standing for a lot over 2 decades now. And Osimhen, don't forget, might just be able to surpass this record if it goes on and on just like that. And we are hoping that at the end of the day, is something that the young lad will be looking to make do up. Don't forget, Rashidi Yekini currently has 37 goals from 62 games, while James Osimhen definitely has 29 goals from 43 games. Talk about goals and assists, is now 41 in total. Cost 29 goals and 12 assists is what he currently has to his name, wearing the green and the white. More thoughts coming through from the on front on this show this morning. We'll quickly dive into other sports, where we'll talk about table tennis. Nigerians' fine start to the 2025 ITTF African Championship came to an abrupt and disappointing end yesterday, as all 10 of the countries representative in the singles categories were eliminated in the dramatic day of mixed fortunes at the Cell multidisciplinary in Tunis, right there in Tunisia. What began as a continuation of Monday's perfect run ended in a heavy clear-out that saw even the nation's captain, Olajide Omotayo, crash out in the round of 16. After recording a flawless 9/9 progression from the opening round, expectations were high for the Nigerian contingent heading into the round of 32. However, the day quickly turned sour as the early fixtures exposed the gulf between Nigerians' hopefuls and the North African and Central African opponents, who demonstrated superior tactic discipline and composure under pressure. Matthew Kuti provided one of the few bright moments of the morning session as he opened proceedings with a comfortable 4-0 victory over Ivory Coast Jean-Pierre Bayala, and the 20-year-old was dominant from the start, winning 11-7, 11-2, 11-4, 11-8 to book his place in the last 16. With his aggressive top spins and sharp counter-attacks were too much for Ivorian to handle, but Kuti's win would be one of the only 4 Nigerians in a day that's otherwise unraveled. In contrast, Aishat Rabiu's campaign came to a quick end in the women's singles, with 13-year-old falling 4-0 to Madagascar's Anitra Amarinama, losing 9-11, 10-12, 8-11, 7-11 in straight games despite showing flashes of promise in the early stages. Defeat was followed by another blow in men's draw where Taiwo Mati, returning to international action after nearly 3 years, was overpowered by Egypt's Badri Mustafa. Abdul Fattah also took the opening game 11-9 but failed to build on his early advantage as the Algerian grew stronger, taking the next 4 sets 12-10, 11-9, 11-6, 11-9. In the women's division, Ajoke Ojom, one of Nigeria's brightest hopes, was handed an humbling 4-0 defeat by Algeria's Jade Maurice, who controlled the rallies and dictated tempo throughout the match, winning 14-12, 11-8, 11-6, 11-6. Elsewhere, young Moise Adegoke was brushed aside 4-0 by Benin's Abdul Kadir Salifu in his own game as well. It's now been said that the day's result marked the pain reversal of fortunes for Team Nigeria, who had entered the second day of the singles matches full of confidence after Monday's clean sweep. All 10 Nigerians were eliminated before the close of play, meaning the country will have no singles representatives in the quarterfinals for the first time in over a decade. The focus will now be shifting to mixed doubles events after also being eliminated in the men's and women's doubles, where Nigeria will hope to salvage some pride and reassert their competitiveness on the continental stage. Talking other sports on the show, this one has been said that the inaugural African School Games will commence this Friday at right here in Lagos. The privately organized Continental Championship will be featuring competitions in swimming, athletics, and football across 3 age categories: under 11, under 13, and under 15. Co-founder of the tournament said the initiative was created to provide young African athletes with a platform to showcase their talents and connect with agents and scholarship opportunities abroad. An amazing one right there, the African School Games inaugural edition coming up this weekend right here in Lagos. Still sports in a Jiffy on Hyper Radio 102.1 FM, preaching gospel sport to you for just 20 minutes on the show this morning. I'll be back later this evening between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Up Show. We'll be doing 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the major interviews for you on your number one urban lifestyle station. Away from that right now, quickly before I go away from the home front, we talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League. Big stories coming through is that the first ever top flight Kano derby between newcomers Barawa FC and Kano Pillars has now been scheduled to hold behind closed doors. The March 9 clash in the ongoing 2025-2026 MPFL season will be played behind closed doors this weekend at the Sonny Abacha Stadium in Kano. According to reports, only players, team officials, referees, State Football Association, accredited media, and security personnel will be allowed into the Sonny Abacha Stadium. It was gathered that the move is part of measures to ensure the safety of everyone is guaranteed following the mayhem that was unleashed by fans of Kano Pillars on visiting Shooting Stars and match officials in the match day 7 encounter. Meanwhile, Barawa FC have had a torrid start to the campaign as they languish in the relegation zone after suffering back-to-back losses to Warri Wolves and also Plateau United. Still taking talks coming through from the MPFL on the show this morning. Yesterday as well, Bendel Insurance new coach Kennedy Boboye assured stakeholders of the Benin Arsenal that things will change for good. Speaking at his official unveiling at the media center of the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City, Boboye solicited for cooperation and support from the management, players, and supporters of the club, promising to bring his expertise in football management to bear and ensure Bendel Insurance take their rightful position in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Hopefully, the two-time MPFL winner would definitely look to do something different with Bendel Insurance before the end of the MPFL season. Because, of course, Bendel Insurance are one team that you want to see right up there. Away from the home front right now, we skidado straight to Europe, taking talks from the world of tennis on the show this morning. British number one Emma Raducanu lost in the first round of the Ningbo Open in China after a tough 3-set match against world number 219 Zulin. Raducanu is 22. Started well but faded as the match went on, and she lost 3-6, 6-4, 6-1 in a match that lasted 2 hours and 26 minutes. It's been said that health concerns were the reason for her losing the match yesterday. During the second set, Raducanu looked so unwell. She had her blood pressure and vital signs checked by the physio and was given food and drink. And in the third set, she called for a medical timeout to treat her back. After that, her movement and serve were clearly affected. Don't forget that last week, Raducanu has also had to retire with illness during a first-round match at the Wuhan Open. Long season one is saying might be the one that is taking toll on Raducanu right there. Because this year, Raducanu has played 50 matches, more than in any season since she won the US Open in 2021, and she still has 2 more tournaments scheduled, which is going to be in Tokyo and in Hong Kong before the end of the season. According to her coach, Francis Roy, who is working with her until the end of the season, was not with her right there at the Ningbo Open. Maybe something else definitely brewing for the tennis star right there. Still taking more thoughts from the world of tennis on the show this morning. Don't forget that this is Sports in a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Away from the WTA right about now, we're going straight into the ATP with us coming through. It's been said that the King 6 is going to be coming up once again soon and very soon with likes of Yannick Sinner, Taylor Fritz saying that 6 King Slam, $6 million prize is going to be what will be adding motivation. Taylor Fritz can think of millions of reasons. Well, 6 million to be precise. Taylor Fritz is one of the 6 men scheduled to participate in the second edition of the Six Kings Slam that includes Yannick Sinner, who is back after walking away with a check for the top prize a year ago in Saudi Arabia, more than any real tournament offers to the champion. The US Open's recent $5 million payout to the women's and men's singles winner set the Grand Slam record. The event is part of the Kingdom's recent big steps into tennis and vice versa, including the WTA finals in Riyadh, the ATP Next Generation finals in Jeddah, and the Public Investment Fund sponsorship of the tour's ranking. It's been said that for the Six Kings Slams, each player is guaranteed an appearance fee of reportedly $1.5 million. The last one standing gets a bonus that brings his total to 4 times that for the matches being shown live also on Netflix. Amazing one right there, because you'll be having the likes of Carlos Alcaraz. I will be playing up against Yannick Sinner as Stefanos Tsitsipas on day one. I will also be playing alongside Taylor Fritz. Alexander Zverev will be right there playing against Novak Djokovic. Djokovic owns a men's record of 24 Grand Slam trophies. Alcaraz having 6, Sinner has 4, and each also has been one-time ranked number 1. Fritz, don't forget, was runner-up to Sinner at the 2024 US Open. Zverev is a 3-time major finalist, including losses to Sinner this year's Australian Open, while Alcaraz last year's French Open. Tsitsipas was twice the runner-up to Djokovic at the Slams. One tennis event to look forward to before the season finally wraps up. And away from the world of tennis on the show this morning, still bringing you thoughts coming through from the world of sports right here on Sports in Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget that as much as we're looking forward to club football coming back this weekend, we'll also be having an amazing action in the world of Formula One, where it's going to be the United States Grand Prix this weekend. One Grand Prix to definitely look forward to, and an amazing circuit it is going to be. Away from that right now, I'll quickly go back to the world of football on the European scene. I will start with thoughts coming through from the camp of the Three Lions of England, where England have now become the first European team to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup after a big 5-0 win over Latvia in Riga. The tournament, which will take place in United States, Canada, and Mexico, is still months away, but England are already going. Eddie Kane definitely scored twice as England cruised to victory. He was the star man once again, scoring 2 goals in what is an easy win, with the Bayern Munich striker opening the scoring early and adding another goal later on in the game yesterday. Anthony Gordon and the British also got on the score sheet, while Lazia's Maskim Tonizev accidentally scored an own goal against his team in that particular encounter. Taking talks coming through from other matches that were played earlier today, Leo Messi has also broken another major record, showing once again why he's one of the greatest footballers of all time at the age of 38. Messi made 2 assists in Argentina's 6-0 friendly win over Puerto Rico, bringing his total to 60 international assists, meaning he has now surpassed Neymar to become the top assist provider in international football history. The match was played at the Chase Stadium, and Messi played the full 90 minutes after missing Argentina's last game against Venezuela. And away from that, Cristiano Ronaldo also scored twice and set a new goal-scoring record, but his Portugal side could only draw with Hungary to miss a chance to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo, 40, has now scored 41 goals in World Cup qualifying to move clear of the previous record holder, former Guatemala striker Carlos Ruiz, who got 39 qualifying goals in his career. With England beating Latvia 5-0 to qualify from Group K, Portugal were minutes away from also securing their spot in the next summer's tournament in Canada, Mexico, and United States. However, in the 91st minute, Liverpool midfielder Dominic Szoboszlai grabbed an equalizer to deny Portugal the win they needed, although they still hold a 5-point lead at the top of Group F with 2 matches to go. Portugal's next chance to qualify comes on 13 November when they play the Republic of Ireland right there in Dublin, while in Lisbon, Hungary took an 8-minute lead with a goal from Attila's Laszlo after it was set up by the same Szoboszlai that put a dent to Portugal's celebration last night. Quickly, giving you a run of other matches that were played yesterday. Spain were also 4-0 winners over Bulgaria. Turkey defeated Georgia 4-1. Republic of Ireland defeated Armenia 1-0. Estonia played at a 1-1 draw against Moldova. Italy defeated Israel 3-0. Andorra lost at home to Serbia. And I mentioned that Latvia lost at home to England. Don't forget that later today we'll be seeing the FIFA Under 20 World Cup semi-final matches go down, and of course I want to look forward to is that Morocco on the 20 are now through, and they will be playing against France on the 20. Of course, we'll be looking to jet the boys on to victory, because Africa most importantly, is our own. In the CAF World Cup qualifiers yesterday, the Congo Democratic Republic defeated Sudan 1-0. Senegal were 4-0 winners over Mauritania, and Nigeria, of course, defeated Benin 4-0. Santa Rica defeated Rwanda 3-0. Morocco were 1-0 winners over Congo. Seychelles lost at home to Gambia. Gabon defeated Burundi 2-0. Ivory Coast were 3-0 winners over Kenya, and also on the way to the World Cup, Algeria 2-1 Uganda, Guinea 2-2 Botswana, Somalia 0-1 Mozambique. In the AFC World Cup qualifiers, Qatar also through to the World Cup, which means the United Arab Emirates will possibly be needing to play in the playoffs when it gets on the way. Don't forget that Cape and Ghana turned from zeros to heroes among supporters by qualifying this week for the 2026 World Cup right there, becoming one of the 9 African countries that will be playing at Cape Ghana, join the likes of Algeria, Egypt, Ivory Coast, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, and Tunisia with the 9 automatic spot. One more African country is going to join, and it's going to be the same, whether it's going to be Cameroon, Gabon, DR Congo, or Nigeria after the mini tournament that is going to be played in the coming days. Sporting a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Here's how I call it a wrap on the show for this morning. Don't forget that we serve Sporting a Jiffy Monday to Fridays from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. I'll be back later tonight, 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Up Show, on our banter, on our rich views, reviews, and none of the interviews. Ayode Judge is signing out this morning. I'll tell you to stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Go out there, be the best version of yourself. Don't forget to be kind, because kindness is cool. I'll see you when I see you once again. And stay with us as the Morning Impact Show continues. Timmy Tokwe is here to take you through the rest of the morning on the Morning Impact Show on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Do enjoy your midweek.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hall 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m.